talk about the brands, makeup brands that I have been using the most this year. There are a couple of brands that stand out as ones where I'm sort of like always grabbing for something from that brand. So I thought I would just share with you what those are, and I'll show you some of the products that I have from the brand. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my all-time favorite, Makeup by Mario. I have loved on this eye prepping set. This is in the shade Deep. I don't have anything else from this brand, just this, and I love it. Like, I'm almost afraid to try anything else from the brand because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna love it as much. This is my favorite eye primer, hands down. I will really be interested to see if there's anything that I like more. I don't know. I think the only way I would like this more is maybe if these were sold separately, like the creams, or if they were like refillable. But that's okay because I already bought it back up. Okay. The other brand that I am newer to and have really been enjoying is Dior. So the first item from Dior that I purchased is their Face and Body foundation, and I really, really like this foundation. Not only do I have the foundation, but also I now have the primer, and I have the powder, and I have some of the eyeshadow palettes. So yeah, I've been loving me some Dior. What I like about this foundation is that it sets down very well. It's pretty transfer resistant. What's on my nail? Anyway, it's pretty transfer resistant. And it's definitely probably in my top 2 favorite foundations of the year. I do really like the powder as well. I primarily just pair it with the foundation, and I am really, really enjoying the Backstage eyeshadow palettes. And I have 2, but I'm thinking I might pick up some of the other ones. They are pretty easy to work with. I like the shades. They show up and have good pigment. They're pretty easy to blend out. And I actually don't mind the eye primer that they have in here. So that's Dior. Now, another one that I've been using a lot of, which is no surprise, is Pat McGrath. But what I have been using mainly from her is her under eye setting powder. I thought that maybe I would be using her eyeshadows more, but I pretty much use this under eye setting powder every single day. I have it in the shade Yellow, and I also have it in the shade Brown or Deep. It's somewhere around here, but I am panning this one. This is the yellow one, and I'm doing pretty well in terms of getting through it. So this is a thing I've been using the most from Pat McGrath. Other things that I have all the motherships, okay? I have the 2 big mega motherships. I have the little quads. I also have her eye primer, which is the Intensifies Artistry Wand. So those are, oh, and I have some blushes and highlighters. So I have quite a few products from the brand. The 2 that I don't love as much are the foundation and the concealer. I know a lot of people really like those, but for some reason they're just not my favorites. But everything else, goodness, everything else I really enjoy, and I would say I'm always gonna have this, the under eye setting powder. Danessa Myricks, y'all. First of all, I have been using a lot of her products this year. I have especially been using her Power Bronzer. This is in the Deep shade. There is pan there, don't play, you can see it. This is in the Deep shade. Her products, I have the bronzer, I have contour, I have some of the Color Fix and the Vision Cream, and then this bigger palette, the Lightwork Volume 3, which I really like because it's just really different and cool. For Danessa Myricks products, what I have learned through trial and error is that you only need a little bit of the product, whether that is the color fix, whether that is the vision cream, the bronzer, the eye products, like everything. You just need a little bit. And so, yeah, I've been enjoying her stuff. I would say the thing that I probably like least out of some of those is the vision cream, mainly because my shade has changed, and I really prefer the matte color fix over the like metallic and the shimmery ones. The mattes are my favorites. Another brand that I'm kind of surprised about is Wayne Goss. So I have quite a few of his brushes. I have an eye set, and then I also have the Edit collection. But then I went ahead and bought 2 of his eyeshadow palettes. And I was like, this is so basic. This is so basic. What am I going to do with it? But when I tell you, I love this. I really like this one. This is the Imperial Topaz, and then his most recent one is Tourmaline, and here that one is. And I used these two, like, I focused on these for a week or two, and I really enjoyed all of the colors and the looks that I created. And especially if you are someone who just wants a go-to thing that you can use for every day, these are awesome. Like, I really like them. So the only things I have from him are these 2 palettes and then the brushes, and I really like the brushes. I really like the eye brushes, probably more than I like the face brushes. But yeah, they are staples. Now, another brand is Lorac. Now, this is the first year I've ever purchased anything from Lorac, and I started with 2 of their eyeshadow palettes because they had been on sale at Ulta. And this one is Soleil, and then this one is Noir. Now, I also have a couple of other palettes from them. I have the Fairy Tale Forest, so it's called. Yes, I actually have that on my eyes today. This is what it looks like, and I haven't tried it yet, but I did get like a free mascara, Holy Lash Volumizing Mascara. I haven't tried it yet because I have some other ones that I'm going through. But I really like Lorac. I think it's a slept-on brand. Like, no one really talks about them anymore. I'm wondering if it's because, like, their products aren't like super exciting, you know? Like, these are palettes that you can probably wear every day, but then you've also got some colors in there where you can zhuzh it up if you want to. But the formula of the eyeshadows, I don't know if it's a new formula, I don't know what it is, but it is awesome. It goes on so well. The shades can be a little bit powdery, but the pigment is great. I was like really surprised by how much I liked these palettes, the Soleil and Noir, because I'm new to the Fairy Tale Forest. But so far, I'm really enjoying the Lorac palettes. I can see after a while, like, not really necessarily needing to get any more of them because they do have a lot of the same neutrals across the palettes. You can only have so many taupes, right? Okay. Another brand that I've been loving their eyeshadow is Viseart. Now, I had never stepped into the Viseart realm, but again, there was a sale, okay? So I bought some things during the sale. And since then, I think I bought the, like, Petit Fours, the first 4, I believe, that they have. But since then, I've kind of collected some of their other palettes, and the 2 most recent ones have been the Paris Nudes and the Sultry Muse. And I really like these. They're also in the slim packaging rather than the bulkier kind of square packaging. But these palettes are just, they're pretty. Like, they're super understated. And I feel like most of their palettes can be like every day, at least most of the ones that I have. But also, Viseart is maybe the brand that has gotten me into using more mattes. Like, I don't tend to do a bunch of like just matte looks. Is this not plugged in? My bad. I don't tend to do a lot of just matte looks, but with Viseart, I have been enjoying the mattes. I still like a shimmer. I don't like a glitter. I like a shimmer. But I've been enjoying using the mattes from Viseart. And I think the mattes are the ones that everybody's like, oh my god, it's the best matte ever. Okay. Now the brands that I want to make sure I got everything else. Actually, let me do one more brush brand. So I told you I have the Wayne Goss, and y'all got me into Sonia G. Her brushes are amazing, okay? So I have quite a few of her brushes. I really like this one from the Fusion set. This is the Jumbo Base. I love this for foundation. It just like makes your foundation glide on. I feel like it does something and makes it set even better. And then I like the Classic Base. I use this for my bronzer. I just like the shape of it, and especially with the Danessa Myricks bronzer, it just fits so well in here because it's like a smaller, you know, compact. I need like a smaller brush to be able to get in there. But I love her eye brushes. I love the Lotus collection, the Fusion collection. I got the new big one that she just came out with, the Niji Pro. Like, this just feels so soft. Like, you can just rub this across your face and just be in a meditative state. So really loving those. And I also really like her towel that you can use, the microfiber towel. I don't know what magic is in that towel, but you can like brush your brush across it and it gets the color out. But when you wash it, like, I swear the color just like comes out so easily. I don't know any other towel that I have that does that. So I really do like those towels. I have a couple of them. And also a brand that I've used for a super long time, like since high school, is Milani. Now, specifically, the cream blushes from Milani have been my go-to cream blushes during this year of the like cream blush bonanza. This is my favorite formula. I've already gone through one full blush. It was Nude Kiss, and now I'm making my way through this one, which is Merlot Moments, and then I have two others that I will make my way through. I love how smooth these are. They are, you can see that there's color to them. They show up very well. So far, all of the shades that I've gotten have worked on me. So that is like, I love it. Now, I don't have any other Milani products. Oh, I do have some of their lip glosses. I don't have any of their face products anymore. I used to have the, I can't remember the name of the foundation, but it's the one that everybody likes. And I looked in the mirror once and I was like, orange. And I was like, no. I came home and immediately threw it away. So I haven't ventured into trying their foundation or concealer again, just because I'm like scarred from that experience. Now, for lipstick, I have still been loving my Urban Decay Vice lipsticks. I have the old ones. They are now like reformulated and repackaged, but I have quite a few of these that I need to get through, so I'm not even tripping. I'm just gonna keep using these until I'm done. But the other brand that I am really starting to love in terms of lip products is Lisa Eldridge. Like, I got several of the shades that are more of the like bright shades, and I really enjoy them. I like the packaging. It's like that little magnetic thing. I love that. I love that the color lasts, and it is a matte finish, but the finish is not like a super dry matte. I hope that I can grab a couple more of these. They're not cheap, so I'm probably just gonna buy them like one by one eventually, or you know, y'all can get for me for Christmas. Okay. The other thing, Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. This is the one in shade 4. I also have it in shade 3. You can see that I'm using it up. And this is pretty much the powder I use to set my face. I'm enjoying it, and I don't know if I'll try like another one, have another like powder or brand become like my go-to. But I enjoy it. I like it. I find that it sets my makeup very well. I think I haven't not used it in so long that I don't even know what my makeup looks without using it. Do you know what I mean? So it could be that I don't use this and I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? My face is falling off. But I don't know. But this is something that I pretty much use every day or every time that I do my makeup. Now the last two brands are brands that like I use probably daily. One of them is NARS. And just about every time I wear makeup, unless I like stop myself, I am wearing the NARS Soft Matte Foundation. This foundation is my favorite foundation. Now, I think somebody was like, oh, well, you know, Dior or NARS. I don't know. They're like head to head. But I've been rocking with this one longer. So we have history, you know? I love this foundation. Every time I put this foundation on and I look at myself, I'm like, wow, girl. You look real cute. I love that it dries down to a soft matte. I mean, that's it. It has good coverage. This is definitely more of like a full coverage. I think you can sheer it out if you want to, but if you don't want full coverage, like don't mess with this. But I really like it. Like, this is my favorite foundation. Dior is up there, but I don't know. I've just been with NARS a little longer. Now, I do prefer the soft matte over the naturally radiant foundation, and that's mainly because I prefer matte foundations. But the naturally radiant is also just very pretty. It is literally like naturally radiant. They did so well naming these. They're just so like spot on and just like straightforward. Soft matte, naturally radiant, you know? Now, I did have the concealer, and that was okay. I didn't like the concealer as much. Like, it was supposed to be creamy, but for some reason, I didn't find that the concealer was that creamy. Like, it felt kind of drying on me for some reason. So, yeah, I mean, you will have to pry this NARS out of my hands. Don't try me. I love it. Now, before I go on to like the last brand, there's one more that I need to throw in there, and that is Marc Jacobs. So I am late to the game on the eyeliners from Marc Jacobs Beauty. Like, I have a brown and a black, and I pretty much have been using these eyeliners every time I use an eyeliner, unless I'm using the other brand I'm about to tell you about. So I really like the eyeliners. I also really like their Accomplice concealer. Now, this is the second concealer from them that I tried. I actually tried the Extra Shot one first, which I do like. But then I tried the Accomplice, and that one kind of, for me, tops the Extra Shot. Okay. Final brand that I have just been using so much this year. Guess what it is. I'll give you a second. Okay. Natasha Denona. When I tell you, I love this brand. Like, this is my first face palette ever that like it's for my skin tone. This is the deep one, or is it dark? This is the dark one. I really need people to decide, is it dark, is it deep? I don't know. But I love that all of the shades work on my skin tone. And the other palettes, like the retro palette, like this palette is bomb. Like I love it. I mean, if you don't like these colors, you're not gonna like it. But I love this palette. Sunrise, Zendo, like I like all of them. I like all of them. I do like some palettes more than others. The pinky purpley ones are the ones that are kind of more like they're higher on my list, and maybe the bronze one as well. And I know those are like popular ones with everyone. So there are some that I'm like, take it or leave it, you know. I also have the minis, love those. There's like one or two that I'm like, leave it. But I have really found that mainly this brand is pretty consistent for me in terms of working. I don't mind the different textures and finishes of the eyeshadows. I find that actually works well if you've got like some aging eyelids and stuff. So yeah, I really rock with Natasha Denona. I do. I was trying not to like her, but I love her. The other thing that I have from her is more of her eye, like bases and stuff like that. So one thing is her eyeliner. Where is it? No, that's not it. Okay. The Macro Tech liquid eyeliner. So I got this a while ago, I think when it first came out, along with the Xenon palette. And then recently I purchased her pencils. So I have the Macro Tech pencils in brown, burgundy, and black. And I also have the Work and Set, is that what it's called? Yes, Work and Set in brown, black, and nude. And the other day I used the nude as a base, and I really liked it. A base for my eyeshadow. I'm like, uh-oh, Natasha, you might be coming for Mario. But no, I'm not breaking up with Mario. I think that's it. Those are the brands that I find myself grabbing for the most this year. So far, they are holding strong. I don't know if that's going to change, but I feel like pretty consistently, these are ones I'm like, yes, I really enjoy it. I could see maybe some of the eyeshadow brands being, or eyeshadow products being ones I don't reach for as much. I don't know if anything is going to break me and my NARS Soft Matte Foundation up. I don't know. Dior's trying. But, like, let's just say those are the top two. Those are the top two. I guess we'll see if something changes that. But let me know if you have any brands that you notice you've been using the most, or ones that you're like, nah, I hate this one. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.